guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. I am a homeschool mom to three, and on this channel I share everything homeschool. I love homeschool. I love homeschool curriculum, and I love homeschool YouTube homeschool curriculum videos. So today I thought I would do some hits and misses for my first grader. She was first grade last year, or this year that's just ending. And I thought I would share some hits and misses. We have had a lot of changes with her curriculum this year, and so I thought I would update it. I love to watch these because I think these are where the meat and the potatoes are for homeschool videos. You can see everybody's lofty goals at the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year you get to see how it actually worked out. So I love watching these videos. I hope you'll love watching this video. Quickly, if you haven't already, will you please hit the like and subscribe channel? I'm a very tiny channel, but that helps and shows that you even care at all about this. So anyway, so like I said, my name is Nicole. This is going to be hits and misses for my first grader. She is my middle daughter. She kind of is really good at tagging along with her big sister, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to figure out, or it has been hard to figure out what works for her. And I think I have toyed with the idea of, here's a curriculum that I enjoy teaching, and so I want all my kids to do it. And then I have also had to have the weight of, well, this curriculum doesn't work for this person, but maybe something different will. So that's kind of her. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. My voice sounds a little bit deep. Anyway, I am looking down because I actually took notes. A lot of times I just wing it by the seat of my pants, but I did take some notes because otherwise I will forget. Okay, so let's start off with the misses. Okay, so the misses this year were actually, there was a couple. And there were a couple misses, and I know everybody says this is my opinion, it doesn't matter to you. Like, this is my opinion. If this stuff worked for you, great, and I truly believe that. But I will have opinions, and so this is opinions for my family. So the number one thing is my daughter started off with the Good and the Beautiful, Simply Good and the Beautiful Math 1, and she was going through it. She was going through it at a good pace. It seemed to me like she was understanding it. As a teacher, I was struggling a little bit with, is this enough review? Is she truly grasping the concepts? And then she came to me around, I think, November and said, this isn't working for me. I don't like this math. I don't want to be doing it anymore. It's not really making sense. So on paper and in the curriculum, it looked like she was understanding it. But she came to me and said, I'm not actually understanding this as much as I think I should. So we started off with Simply Good and Beautiful Math. That was a miss for us. We actually switched mid-year. We also were doing the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts, and it was similar, where she came to me and said, this isn't working for my brain, which I thought was very insightful and I should listen to. And we took that away as well. With the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts, my oldest loves it, but I don't think it teaches enough. With this middle daughter, I really was struggling, feeling like it maybe wasn't working for her brain. Unlike the math, where it kind of looked like it was working, the language arts wasn't. It didn't really, like, she wasn't making the progress I thought she should be making, and she was struggling. It was a struggle to do the language arts. So I wasn't surprised when she said she didn't like it. So we did take that away as well. Some other things, I don't even have them up here. Some other misses where Evan Moore 6 Traits of Writing. I have done that for years with my oldest, and I have always thought it was okay. The reason it was a miss, we just didn't do it. Next was the Sunlight curriculum. We did Sunlight Language Arts. The Sunlight History and Bible and Literature was phenomenal. a little sneak peek there on our family review. But the language arts for my middle daughter just did not work. You had a copy work day and you had like creative expression day. It just didn't work. It wasn't laid out. She didn't really understand what was going on. I understand that you kind of adjust it and then the kids are supposed to get better at it and kind of understand as the year goes on. She just was not getting it. It was not as incremental as we would have liked. And honestly, we're working so much on her reading skills that the the language arts for Sunlight just wasn't a priority. Next, we stopped doing spelling you see. I had really liked the very first level when I did it last year. We hadn't quite finished it, so we were going to finish it. And although I still like it and I think it helps her sound out words, it just wasn't helping reinforce spelling. It doesn't really have spelling rules. You kind of just pick it up organically as you highlight the chunks and you rewrite the words. It's very copy work is kind of how it teaches spelling, and it just was not working for her. It was not teaching or reinforcing spelling in the way that she needed. The other thing was, I had started off the year saying we were going to finish Horizons Math. Again, my oldest had done Horizons Math for a handful of years. I thought it was pretty good. I never really used the instructor guides, but we stopped that. Actually, when we stopped that pretty quickly into the year, my daughter needed more instruction. Next was, excuse me, Abeka spelling. We had done Abeka spelling. It's very traditional. It's very list oriented. It's very, you copy these words and then you learn it. You get tested at the end of the week. Again, that wasn't working for this kiddo. I think she needs more of a rule-based spelling. So I have two in mind for next year, two different curriculums in mind for next year that are a little bit more rules-based and a little bit more, rules-based. I don't know. I don't think that the traditional spelling list, copy it a bunch and then test on it, works well for her. And the spelling you see has already not worked well for her. Okay, the in-between. We had some in-between things that were, I like them, but because we had a lot of things come up this year, we had some family issues come up with some extended family. My children are in a couple days of homeschool, like co-op and enrichment. So fitting in school is a lot of extra work, and if you have kind of a family emergency, you don't really have time for the extras, and you just got to kind of get to the bare minimum, the bones of homeschool. So these are my in-between. They're not hit or miss. So first was Easy Grammar. This is Easy Grammar Grade 1. I actually really like Easy Grammar. She doesn't mind doing it. You have 1 page a day, and it tells you what to do. I really like this. We will be continuing this over the summer and just sporadically throughout next year. Next is Reading Comp. I am a really big believer in having reading comprehension books and workbooks. I know that some people consider it busy work. I think it is very helpful. And in fact, I have seen the fruit of my oldest having lots of reading comprehension practice. And so my daughter just wasn't ready for this. We didn't make it very far into this workbook. It's Evan Moore Reading Comprehension. With my oldest, I always do a grade younger so that it's easy for her to read. For this daughter, I did the grade she's at, and I think that it was fine. We just didn't have time for it, and it was a little bit harder. So we will be using this over the summer and then absolutely into next year. And the last, not the last, but one of the other in-betweens was geography. And this was actually from our kindergarten year. It is Evan Moore Skill Sharpeners Geography. I like the Evan Moore Skill Sharpeners Geography because it is colorful. They have some others that aren't, and the black and white is just not fun. Quite honestly, the reason we didn't do this was because my oldest, I have them do it together, and my oldest did not like doing hers, and it was a fight. And so we just didn't do it enough for either one of them. Again, this will be something, they're pretty close to being done. This kiddo will finish this over the summer. She thinks it's fun. I think it's good information. And then the last in between was all about reading. So we love all about reading. I think it's a really good, thorough curriculum. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming to teach because it is so parent intensive. It is super mastery. So sometimes I get discouraged teaching it or get kind of burnt out teaching it. And so at the beginning of the school year, I was like, okay, we're going to hit all about reading really hard. And it kind of just happened to get pushed back and pushed back. And then October, we had some extended family issues. And so we just never got to all about reading. My daughter loves all about reading. So at some point, I do need to work that back in. I have it, so I might as well use it. I do think it is a solid and good curriculum. It was just kind of in between this year because we just didn't do it. Okay, so now for the hits, the exciting part of the school year, the stuff that I thought worked really well. Like I said, we made some changes. I have a whole pile of stuff. So the first thing we did was we made changes, and our biggest change, and it just cracks me up because this is not what I thought I would ever do, is we switched to Abeka. We switched to the parent-led Abeka. I really like it. I don't want to really like it, but I do. Now, it is intensive. It is a lot of parent involvement. This is just the language arts, and this is how big the instructor guide is. It does include all these. I like this picture. We have the letter sounds. We have the grammar and creative writing. This is the spelling that didn't work for us. And then it has handwriting. It has a bunch of readers and books, which I really like. And I think I have. Yes. So we have a handbook to reading that has just some phonics and reading skills in it that is really nice. And then there's a bunch of readers. My daughter loves these. This is, I think, the second reader. We are not that far into it. We started it in January. But it is a cute, they're all cute, wholesome, adorable little readers. She gets so excited to read them. So I actually really like it. So yes, for language arts, we switched to Abeka, parent-led. It is very intensive, but I really like it. And we make it work for us. I have a bunch of the instructor resources, I guess, in here. So for example, it is all just, I put them in page protectors. It's just all the sounds. I really like these. Another hit for us, kind of going along with that, I don't know where it is. I don't have it. Is I do still like and still use with both of my girls, my older girls, is the Good and the Beautiful flashcards, those yellow flashcards that came with the old curriculum. I actually really like those for flashcards, and I do try to do those most of the days. Another hit for us was, maybe this should be an in-between, but a hit was the reading booster cards from the Good and the Beautiful. These are really fun, cute. It helps me feel like we're still doing some of the Good and the Beautiful stuff, which I think is so beautiful. So it has these word ladders. They get a little sticker once they complete it, and they get to color it if they want. I like these. My daughter likes these. Anything that kind of encourages her to read is a win in my book. Next, Moffat Girls. This is from Teacher Pay Teacher. I really like Moffat Girls. It's this is the journal prompts for beginner writing, no prep. Any of her no prep stuff I love. So, for example, this was for May. We have one for every month, and this is what it looks like, and it reminds them what to check at the end. She gets to color a picture, and then she gets to write something, and here's some stuff at the bottom. I really like these. We will continue to use these next year because she did not do all of them. So the no prep journal prompts from Moffat Girls. Along with that, we also really like the no prep Moffat Girls literacy and math. I really like these. You can see from the picture it has a bunch of fun little worksheets. My daughter loves worksheets, so this is up her alley. I was trying to find a page. This one I didn't put in her binder. Normally I put them in her binder and she can kind of do them. Well, so there's math and then they get to color it. There's compound words. We really like this. So we will keep doing that next year as well, even though it is for first grade. I don't know. We might actually scratch that. I think we'll probably do the second grade version of this, but keep the beginning writing prompts for Moffat Girls. Another win is Explode the Code. My daughter loves Explode the Code. It's easy for her. She can do it on her own. I love having independent work. Another one is Mind Benders. I love this. Holy moly, they colored all over it. This is really great. I'll go to one at the end. And it's just logic. There's clues and you figure it out. She loves this. Another win for us was handwriting from The Good and the Beautiful. Everybody loves The Good and the Beautiful handwriting. She struggles with handwriting definitely, so this was great practice. It's beautiful and it's fun. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Oh, we also really liked the Sunlight reading. So on Sunlight's curriculum, you can go on and just do the reading for the grade level. So I got first grade Sunlight literature or reading, and it had a lot of like I can read books. I really liked it. My daughter loves it. I think it is perfect for where she's at. So that was also a win for us. And then, also, so I was having my daughter, kind of because my oldest was doing it, do like timed math tests, and she didn't really love it. And then I showed her extra math on the computer, and it's like speed math, that's what we call it, on the computer where they go as fast as they can and answer the questions and they race the teacher and all this. She loves that. That has been really great for her. And so that's really exciting for me because we always need those math facts practice. And so that's worked really well for her as well. Let me double check. I think that's everything that worked for her. It was a really good year. It was lots of trial and error for her. She was able to kind of communicate with me what she liked and what she didn't like. I was able to see more of what worked for her and what didn't work for her. So I'm really excited to continue with the summer stuff we are doing and then move into second grade. And we have a whole slew of fun things to do for second grade. I hope this was helpful or informative. If you have any tips or tricks for these younger elementary years, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for staying this long. It got a little bit long, but thank you. I'll see you next time.